So today I'm going to be recording a press conference that happened Sunday night because 99.99% of the media, including that horrible organization TMZ, is telling people that Nick was arrested on Sunday night. And I'm telling everyone that Nick was actually arrested Monday night. And I continue to bring receipts for you guys because Nick was framed. Nick is innocent, but you guys don't want to believe it because you'd rather believe all the media hype. And I'm the lone wolf here. I'm the lone wolf. You guys are probably wondering why is Shane trying to do this? Because they're going to try and bury this stuff and erase it, and then people are just going to move on with this horrible crime. So I wanted to document this because this is when I originally created this YouTube channel. My plan was to document events as they happen because the narrative always seems to change. And so what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the original press conference that was released to the public live Sunday night at approximately around between 8 and 10 o'clock in the evening, which means while they're doing this press conference, they cannot rest Nick because there was another press conference at about 10 o'clock on Monday night saying that they got the bad guy. They arrested Nick Monday. But all the media outlets and everything is saying that Nick has been arrested Sunday night. And I'm going to show you proof that Nick was not arrested Sunday night. So here we go. So here's the press conference, and this is what happens from time to time is you'll notice that news media outlets will actually upload the same footage 2, 3, 4 times. Why? Because look at the stamp here. See, this says 7 days ago. That means this was uploaded again. It's basically identical. This is 11 minutes and 22 seconds. This one is 11 and 10 seconds. So they're the same clip. But what they do is they upload it on day 7, which was Monday, 7 days ago. And they tell you that Nick was arrested Sunday night and all this kind of stuff. But really, I found this was 8 days ago, meaning this was actually recorded 8 o'clock at night. So let's have a look at this. Let's watch this because I think this will be important.
That questions may be getting asked. But I'll do the best I can.
Let me just back this up here for you guys. All right. So again, this is Sunday night, 8 days ago at the time of this recording. Probably be nine days ago once you watch this. When would this be? This is recorded late Monday night. So by the time you watch this, it'll probably be Tuesday. I know it gets confusing, right? This is why I do the timestamps. So this is actually being recorded right now, December 22nd, late at night. So let's just go right to the press conference and let's listen to it. So again, this is called LAPD holds press conference after 2 people found dead at Rob Reiner's home.
I understand there are going to be questions regarding what occurred here tonight. I will not be able to provide information in a lot of areas that questions may be getting asked, but I'll do the best I can. So at approximately 3:40 this afternoon, Los Angeles police officers, along with the Los Angeles City Fire Department, responded to the 200 block of Chadbourne Avenue here in the city of Brentwood. Upon arrival, they determined that there were two deceased individuals inside the residence. The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days. We will not be releasing any information regarding who was found deceased in the residence, because that will be done by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. So if there are any inquiries regarding the identity of the individuals that are deceased inside of the residence, that information will come from the LA County Coroner's Office. The current death investigation that is being conducted by the Los Angeles Police Department is going to be handled by the Homicide Special Section of Robbery Homicide Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. That investigation will move forward through the night, and tomorrow morning we will probably have additional information regarding what occurred here on Chadbourne and our investigation moving forward. We will not be releasing any further information regarding the investigation that is occurring here in Brentwood tonight. Our detectives will be responding along with our Forensic Science Division and our Technical Investigation Division investigators to conduct a full crime scene investigation and determine the appropriateness of the investigation moving forward. At this time, the Los Angeles Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a person of interest or in any other manner, and we will not be doing that until we conduct our investigation.
There you go. So, they don't have any suspects Sunday night. What? You mean the Black Swan has been telling the truth all along? Yes, because I have a fantastic memory when it comes to press conferences. And this one was hard to find. It was difficult to find. So, again, to recap, this was shown live Sunday night because people wanted to know what happened. They didn't know what happened. So then we find out that they're at the residence of Rob and Michele Reiner. That's all we know on Sunday night. That's all we know. That's all they're letting us know as well. Now you can say, oh, well, they had Nick in custody. No, they didn't. That's you jumping to conclusions. You got to go back in time as to when this actually happened. Nobody knew what was going on, folks, and they said it. There are no suspects at this time.
And we move forward. That's all I have right now at this.
Let me back it up again here.
Regarding the investigation that is occurring here in Brentwood tonight. Our detectives will be responding along with our Forensic Science Division and our Technical Investigation Division investigators to conduct a full crime scene investigation and determine the appropriateness of the investigation moving forward. At this time, the Los Angeles Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a person of interest or in any other manner, and we will not be doing that until we conduct our investigation and we move forward. That's all I have right now at this early preliminary stage of this investigation. If you have questions that I can answer, I will answer them. I would just ask you, please, if we do not have the ability to answer the questions, that you remain patient over the coming hours and over the coming days. Starting tomorrow morning, we will be responding and providing additional information as it becomes publicly available.
We're being told that a family
Who actually made the call that brought fire department and police officers here? Has that person known? Can you release who it was?
So we understand that the person reporting was here at the location. We're not going to release any information regarding the identity of that individual at this time.
We're being told that a family. We're being told that.
Hold on.
Pardon me.
Hold on. One at a time,
We're
please.
being told that a family member is being interviewed in connection to these deaths. Can you confirm that? And is that family member being cooperative?
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not. We're going to try to speak to every family member that we can to get to the facts of this investigation.
And this is important because I remember this when this was presented, that they're going to ask every member of the family. Like, this just makes the most logical sense. They don't have any suspects right now. They got to go through all the family. So right out of the gate, that rumor that Romy, Nick's sister, said Nick is a suspect, lies. And that rumor that Romy went into an ambulance, remember the dying declaration that Megyn Kelly announced to the world? She should have done her homework. Everybody gets all excited on all the hype and the clickbait and all this stuff. And I'm trying to bring you all the receipts. That was not true. She did not ride in an ambulance. In fact, she didn't even know her mother was killed. She didn't know that. It was only once the fire department arrived that when they went in that they found Michele. Then they came out and then they told Romy, actually, your mother and your father are dead. So remember, when she came out, she didn't make the 911 call. That's TMZ releasing their information a little bit too early. Shame on you guys. They're doing it for clicks and views and conspiracies and all this stuff. And all I'm trying to do is bring out the truth, because the truth is easier than trying to keep track of all the lies. The truth is, Nick checked into a hotel on Monday morning because he couldn't get back into his house because it was under investigation. The truth is, Monday night, LAPD arrested Nick, and we see the footage of it. On Tuesday morning, he was booked. Remember, he was held in custody all night long, which explains why the hotel said that Nick didn't check out of his hotel, because he was at the police station under arrest. So then the maids went in on Tuesday morning to clean up, and they're kind of surprised. They're like, well, that's weird. This guy never came back. So then they go into the room, and there's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. So then they call the police. Police have Nick, and they're like, hey, Nick, there's blood at your hotel. They book him at 5 o'clock in the morning. So they had him all night. So from 9 o'clock at night on Monday to 5 o'clock in the morning, it's impossible for Nick to put blood in the hotel. So the only time for him to do that would arguably be Monday morning sometime. And again, the clerk, an eyewitness there, said when Nick checked in with the credit card, he looked normal. There was no blood on him, nothing. There was no signs of a scuffle, nothing like that on Monday morning. So what's going on here? I think the blood was planted while Nick was in custody, that they went to the hotel. I keep saying it's probably the LAPD, because you guys want receipts all the time. I just have a hunch that there's bad actors inside certain police departments. Not everybody's bad, but it would be easy, or maybe it's private investigator, whatever. Somebody can plant that easy if they have a warrant to search the hotel, because they now have a credit card that they can track. Go to the hotel, because again, if Nick murdered his parents, why would he book a hotel close by? And where's the blood? When did the blood show up in buckets? Because they had a bathtub full of blood, meaning they probably poured someone else's blood. Maybe it is from the parents. I don't know. Don't know where they got the blood from. It wouldn't be a surprise, I guess, to get the blood from the parents, but that's a lot of blood to put in a bathtub. And then there were shoe prints all over the hotel floor in the room. And then there was blinders put up, not bed sheets, blinders put up so that you can't see what somebody is doing in that room while Nick is being held in custody. And then they put bed sheets with blood on it, probably from the scene of the crime. So now when you go in to the hotel, you see blood and you're like, oh yeah, Nick did it. But Nick was held in custody. So let's see a little bit of the pushback now from the media.
Why are you not looking for a suspect?
I'm sorry.
Chief, why are you not exactly looking for a suspect? Are you confident you know who did this?
We have not identified a suspect at this time.
Well, then shouldn't you be looking for one so these neighbors aren't worried about their own lives and their own safety?
Yeah, so at this time, after we determine, so I need everyone to understand something. In order to comply with the legal process, before we do anything here, we have to get a search warrant because there are issues.
Exactly. Look at what time of night it is. It's late evening Sunday. They can't do the investigation yet, folks, because they don't have a search warrant. Meaning, once they leave the scene of the crime, the house, because remember, the paramedics were called in, the police showed up. Once they leave, they can't go back into that home. Why? Because it's called tampering with evidence. They can't do that. So they seal it off, and then they go out and they get a search warrant, and then they can go back into the home. And now they can begin their investigation. They haven't been able to do that because most judges are asleep on a Sunday night. So they're just not available usually on the weekend. So the time to get a search warrant would be as early as possible Monday, most likely around 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning is when they can get a search warrant. Now they can go back into the home. And coincidentally, that's when Nick checks in at 4 a.m. at the hotel close by his house because he's not allowed to go into his home to get any extra clothes or whatever because it's a murder scene. So naturally, he books a hotel close. And it's kind of weird if you think he's a murderer. Why wouldn't he just flee the country? Why wouldn't he leave? Oh, he's insane. Really? Kind of sounds like he's sticking around to find out what happened. And his family is not saying anything bad about Nick right now, which is interesting to me because you'd think they'd be like, I can't believe it. It's our brother. I can't believe it. And they're not saying that at all. They're quiet. And all of a sudden, while Nick is in jail, the family, I think it was the family, hired the most expensive lawyer. Or I don't know if he's the most expensive, but the best lawyer for this kind of thing. And these LAPD police, they're trying to do everything by the book. Otherwise, Alan will be all over these guys. And it'll be like O.J. Simpson all over again. And they'll toss it out. Nick won't even have to go to trial because they'll make so many mistakes. So they're trying to do everything by the book, but it's media companies like TMZ, Fox News, CNN, the works, ABC, NBC, Megyn Kelly, all these investigators, criminal investigation channels. Every one of these channels is lying. I'm calling them all liars because they're saying Nick was arrested Sunday night. And I'm telling you, this was recorded Sunday night. And they said, we can't do this investigation now, folks. We have no suspects. So whatever people are saying didn't happen till late Monday, arguably Monday night, and Tuesday and Wednesdays when all the media started pumping out all these stories because they didn't have anything to go off of. And so instead, what they do is on Tuesday and Wednesday, they say things like Sunday. They confuse you with all the timelines. I'm trying to slow it down and prove to you one day at a time what's actually happening. Because there's people covering up stuff. They're lying for some reason. I don't know why they're lying, but it's just weird. And like I said, it's easier to tell the truth.
Regarding standing at this residence. So as long as those...
Let me back up.
For a suspect.
I'm sorry.
Chief, why are you not exactly looking for a suspect? Are you confident you know who did this?
We have not identified a suspect at this time.
Well, then shouldn't you be looking for one so these neighbors aren't worried about their own lives and their own safety?
Yeah, so at this time, after we determine, so I need everyone to understand something. In order to comply with the legal process, before we do anything here, we have to get a search warrant because there are issues regarding standing at this residence. So as long as those legal requirements are met, we can continue the investigation. Now, when I tell you that we have not identified a suspect, it doesn't mean that we're not working the case. We will not identify a suspect until that person is identified as a suspect, and we're legally seeking them if there is a crime to be reported and if that person is a suspect in that crime.
Has anyone been
Did
detained?
that hold on.
Alan,
Did
has
that answer
anyone
your
been
question, sir?
No.
Okay,
Has
go
anyone been detained?
And did that answer your question, sir? No. This reporter here is probably working with TMZ. I'm guessing. Just guessing.
Yet for questioning? Are you questioning people now that could be possible suspects and or a person or persons of interest?
Specifically to your first question, no one has been detained. Specifically to your second question, no one is being interviewed.
What were the
He doesn't get any clearer, folks. So why you guys are running with this Nick narrative is crazy because it was all hyped up with the media. And then because of that, now they investigated later. Most likely they're trying to get a search warrant, like I mentioned. And then they scope out Nick because they need an answer, at least for now. But again, I keep saying Nick's innocent.
injuries? What were the injuries? We're being told that this was a stabbing.
Yeah, so we're not gonna comment on the injuries at this time. That information will be coming forward in the coming days as it's publicly releasable. If it is part of the investigation and it is not publicly releasable, we will not be releasing it.
Are your detectives inside the
Hold on. One at a time. Whoa. Hold on, one at a time. This gentleman is next.
Are your detectives inside the home right now? Are they getting access to the home right now as we speak?
We're waiting for the legal process to move forward. We have to obtain a search warrant for the residence. As soon as that is complied with, we will be conducting.
So Sunday night, they're not even allowed back into the house on Sunday night. So they're probably waiting for this warrant. I don't know when it comes in, but that tells me Nick can't go there either. Nor Romy, nor Jake. Nobody can go to that house. Billy Crystal can't even go to the house. Nobody can go to the house. I don't know what you guys don't understand. This is a crime scene. They can't go back into the home without a search warrant because once a search warrant gets stamped, approved by a judge, now they're allowed to gather evidence. They're not allowed to tamper with it right now. It's actually illegal. I don't think you can be any more clear.
A full crime scene investigation of the interior and the exterior of the residence and the surrounding neighborhood.
Just to follow up, Deputy Chief, is there somebody from the family not allowing detectives inside the home right now?
That's inconsequential. We have to comply with the legal process. It doesn't matter whether the family allows us in or not.
Detective, what are the...
Hold on, ma'am.
That's actually interesting. So maybe there is family there. Don't know. I kind of doubt it because you don't want anybody tampering with anything. And really, if you're the family, do you want to be there? Do you want to be at that home at night?
Have family members been notified? The victim's family members been notified?
Has the family been notified of what? That an incident occurred here?
That there were two victims?
I believe the family's aware.
In other words, why are you not releasing their names? They're out there.
That's going to be the Los Angeles County coroner that releases the information.
Chief, is this a homicide?
Ma'am, go ahead. Your question first.
Yes, is this a homicide?
At this time, it's a death investigation. Again, until we get inside.
Interesting, right? They can't get inside.
And we make a determination, we can't call it anything. So we're going to conduct that Hold on. We're going to conduct that investigation at the appropriate time. We will identify what kind of incident it is, and if it's determined to be a crime, we will seek the suspect, we will bring them to justice, and we will take them into custody.
The mayor has confirmed
more
it's the
questions,
Reiners.
sir?
The mayor has already confirmed it's the Reiners. Can you tell us any more?
I can't
about
speak for the mayor, but I can speak for the Los Angeles Police Department. The Los Angeles County coroner will identify the decedents that are inside of the residence.
Detective,
And that will be, hold on, that will be the official.
Because again, what people don't understand is they have to do this by the book. Otherwise, the case is going to get tossed. If you start jumping to conclusions too fast, you're actually hurting your case. So I appreciate what this guy is saying. And the reporters are trying to push but they don't understand that them pushing this so fast, actually, if they want Nick to be charged and everything like that and sentenced, they're actually doing a disfavor by throwing out all these accusations and all kinds of stuff, because if anything gets misaligned, it can get tossed and Nick will go free. So the best thing you could have done is you could have let the police officers deal with all this stuff according to the timelines that they've been showing us, which is, again, Nick was arrested Monday night. Tuesday morning, he was booked into the Twin Towers Correctional Institute, which he is lying there basically half naked. He's got no clothes. It's cold. It's just glass all around him in some kind of a jacket that he has to wear because they put him under suicide watch. It's horrible. I'm telling you, it's horrible.
Official notification and the official identification of the decedents inside of the residence.
Under what circumstances were the bodies discovered?
I'm not going to address that.
Can you give us
Ma'am?
more details about needing the warrants and the family not letting you in? Can you just explain more?
Sure, there's
about
a legal process whenever you're going to conduct an investigation at a crime scene in the state of California. There are certain requirements that you have to meet in order to conduct a thorough investigation. So you don't want to start a crime scene investigation and then have...
Do you hear some of the reporters? One of them said, "This is nonsense." You guys, again, if you don't want it to get tossed out because of tampering and all kinds of stuff with evidence, you listen to this guy.
have someone say, "I need you guys to leave the residence right now." So we're going to, hold on, you asked a question, I'm going to answer. So we have to comply with the legal process. Once the warrant is signed and delivered, we will have access to the crime scene. We will conduct a full, thorough, impartial investigation. We will conduct additional investigations in the neighborhood around this area. And then with that information, we will go forward with the investigation, whether it is a death investigation or some other type of investigation.
Besides robbing, his wife, were there other people?
And I do want to be clear, hold on, I want to be clear with one thing. Wherever we can be transparent and provide information to the public, we will release it as soon as we can.
It's been
Is there an understanding about when the decedents may have passed?
No. That's going to be determined by the coroner. The coroner's not here.
It's been about 6 hours since the first report. Why is it taking so long to gain access to start?
There's your time. So, again, about 3:30 p.m. Was when the bodies were discovered by Jake and Nick's sister, Romy. So 6 hours had gone by. This is our timestamp. This is actually at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. They're not arresting Nick. This is Sunday night. They told you this on Monday night, like at about 10 o'clock at night, that they arrested Nick. And they showed you the footage and everything. We have Nick under custody. That was at 9:30, 9:15 to 9:30. And in fact, they were waiting for Nick for 1 hour at an Arco gas station. 8:30 to 9:30 on Monday. So this is 9:30 at night. Arguably between 9:30 and 10 o'clock at night, there is no arrest of Nick. According to the reporters right there, they just said, hey, it's been about 6 hours. The bodies have been there for 6 hours. Let me just back up again.
We will release it as soon as we can.
Understanding about when the decedents may have passed?
No. That's going to be determined by the coroner. The coroner's not here.
It's been about 6 hours since the first report. Why is it taking so long to gain access to start this investigation?
I don't understand.
Well,
it's
been 6 hours since police were first called to the
so,
scene. Why
okay,
is it
so
taking
just to
so
be
long
clear,
for this investigation to start?
there's an initial investigation when the patrol officers arrive. When they make a determination that detectives are needed, they will back out. We will conduct a sweep of the area to make sure that it's safe, and then we will comply with the legal process, and then we move forward. I'm not giving you the exact timeline on that, but I'm telling you that it's moving forward. Pete, you had another question.
Yes, a twofold question. One, how soon do we anticipate getting a warrant where you're able to search the entire property, interior and exterior? Second, do we have an ETA on the coroner's arrival? And once they arrive, make an initial determination.
So he's asking, when can we expect a warrant so you guys can do a thorough investigation? And when will the coroners arrive to be able to give us an answer as to the time of death? That's still a mystery today. A week later, it's still a mystery. We don't exactly know the time of death, and we don't know what happened to the weapon either.
Will they be able to give you identification that you can then release?
We'll be obtaining the warrant in real time very shortly if we have not obtained it already. In terms of the coroner's ETA, I cannot tell you when their estimated time of arrival is.
Chief, so
We're already in communication with the coroner's office.
As far as the overall investigation is concerned, beyond the initial determination, we have two scenes inside. We really haven't done anything in the way of any kind of forensics on the death scene itself, right?
That's correct. We've only done preliminary investigation at this point.
the bodies remain inside, correct, Chief?
No, okay, so nothing has occurred inside the house. The house is in the exact same state it was when the officers arrived, just to be clear.
Chief, are we safe in Brentwood tonight?
I'm
Are
sorry?
we safe in Brentwood tonight, Chief?
I can't hear you.
Are we safe in Brentwood, the neighbors of the community?
Oh, are we safe in Brentwood? I'm sorry. Yeah, so we have officers here at the scene. We have officers in the area. We're not looking for anyone in the Brentwood area at this point. We're not looking for anyone because we're still working on that part of the investigation.
Chief, besides the Reiners,
Hold on. Someone over here had a question.
What can you say about the fact that it's been reported it was the son of the family?
I don't understand.
Rob Reiner's son is
What reported by who?
people?
Okay, I don't know. People magazine or people in the I don't know anything.
Exactly. They can't respond to that. It's like people have reported. Okay, who? Sources say you can't use that on this guy. Witnesses say sources close to the family, according to insiders. He said, who? People magazine? I can't say. I can't speak for that. That's kind of hearsay right now. So they're really pushing hard. Let me back it up.
Reported by who?
People?
Okay, I don't know. People magazine or people in the I don't know anything about that. Yeah. That did not hold on. That did not come from the LAPD. Go ahead.
Deputy Chief, can you give us a sense of how many witnesses, if any, you guys have been able to talk to? Are there people you've been able to already touch base with who've been giving you useful information in terms of what unfolded inside that home?
So we've already been talking to the neighbors. We've already been canvassing the neighborhood and speaking to residents that live around this area. So that's part of our investigation. In terms of someone that may have information regarding what happened inside the residence, we're not going to release that information. That'll be part of the investigation.
Were there other family members living?
There's been no reports from the neighbors regarding hearing anything or seeing anything that we can release to the public.
Were there other family members residing inside the house besides Carl and his wife?
I don't have that information.
Timeline of this murder.
Wow.
We haven't established that yet. We will establish that soon, and then that'll be part of the investigation.
Cause of death.
The part that is publicly releasable, we will release. The cause of death will be released by the LA County coroner.
Are you looking into them being stabbed?
We're looking into getting the information from the LA County coroner when it's available.
Were any weapons found at the
Yes,
scene?
ma'am.
Where in the home were found?
We didn't say.
Were any weapons found at the scene?
We didn't say anything about weapons either.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Again, Alan, we're calling
releasing-
this a double homicide,
So
correct?
we're calling it a death investigation at this point.
Why
So
is the
I-
robbery
just to be-
homicide unit involved, sir? Are you able to explain that?
Well, it's a homicide. Yeah.
So what's the robbery aspect to it? Are you
Oh,
looking at
so
robbery?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be flippant. Let me be specific. There was recently a change within the department. Robbery Homicide Division handles all homicides now in the city of Los Angeles. So I apologize. I didn't know if you knew that or not. All homicides occurring in the city of Los Angeles are now handled by Robbery Homicide Division as of the end of October.
Interesting, right? So, this could be a robbery for all we know. It happens. Robberies happen. They could have the wrong guy. Nick could be the wrong guy, especially if it's a robbery, because it's the robbery homicide have been combined now, which is interesting. It just happened. They just did this because it used to be separate divisions, but now we got robbery and homicide, which could make it a little bit confusing. Because maybe maybe they're treating this as a robbery, but because they have the homicide and robbery division put together and they can't say, I guess time will tell. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in another video. Bye for now.